It's inspiring moments with Kaylin. It's inspiring moments with Kaylin. Come on in. Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome to the Inspiring Moments with Kaylin live podcast. I am your host, Kaylin John Louis, and I hope everyone has had an amazing Sunday. I want to say happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, grandmothers, aunties, anybody who helps care for someone else that is that mother figure. I'm so glad for all of the roles, all of the role models, all of the many women that I know who are mothers. They are so amazing. And I just hope you have enjoyed this day of celebration. I hope you all, just a reminder, please keep wearing your mask and social distancing. And if you're eligible to get vaccinated and are comfortable with it, please get vaccinated for you and for everyone else around you, because I'm sure everyone is tired of being in quarantine. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the KCK Inspiring Moments with Kaylin YouTube channel and turn on your post notifications. On that, you'll be able to see all videos from Inspiring Moments with Kaylin, and you'll be able to if you're ever feeling sad, or if you're ever having a moment where you just need encouragement, click on one of those videos and I'm sure it will cheer you up. Next, you can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Kaylin Cares 15. And on Facebook at Kaylin's Caring Connection. On those three social media platforms, you'll be able to see past videos, different content that's coming up, and just all things about Kaylin's Caring Connection and Inspiring Moments with Kaylin. Last, I ask that you link up with me on LinkedIn and go check out the Kaylin's Caring Connection website, because I'm telling you all, if you have any questions or want to know what's going on with KCK, it'll be on the website, from upcoming events to seeing past videos from different podcasts. There is all things KCK. So make sure you go check that out. If you have any questions at any time during this podcast, I hope that you will put it in the chat, because I want you to be able to say hello, to be able to ask any questions that you have, because this is going to be an amazing special edition of KCK. Before I get into the topic and introduce everything, I ask that you please share this video with anyone who is around. Share it on your social media platforms, text it to your family, share this out, because I think this will be very special, and I hope that it will put a smile on a lot of different people's face. So let's dive right into the topic for today. As you know, and as I mentioned earlier, today is Mother's Day. Today we celebrate all the amazing mother figures, mother role models, like I said, grandmothers, godmothers, aunties, all of the beautiful people who instilled principles, taught us lessons, and helped us reach our dreams. They are the one thing that has kept us constant, that has allowed us to grow. And throughout it all, one thing for sure is that their love for us is like nothing else in the world. They will always show their unconditional love, whether it's putting their own happiness before ours, whether it's staying up late to make sure that we're fed, to make sure that we're healthy, to make sure that we're good. They never rest until we are okay. So today is their National Day of Recognition. Now, I personally believe you should recognize your mother or your mother figures in your life any day of the week, because every day is not promised, and being able to have them in your life is an amazing aspect. But today is the national day where we happen to recognize them. So I thought it would be neat to have a couple mothers that I know to come on and speak, because they rock and they are doing amazing things for their children. So my first guest is an empowering leader in her community and home. She is a lover of Jesus, the wife to her husband, Maurice Mathis, and mother to a set of miracle twins, a handsome son named Winston and a beautiful daughter named Gordon. She is a certified public accountant profession, but she enjoys spending time growing several entrepreneurial and ministry brands, which include e-commerce, health and lifestyle business, and podcasts. Her name is Miss Antonice Mathis. Welcome to the podcast, Miss Antonice.
Hello. Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
Awesome. So glad that you are here representing mothers, especially those who have twins, because that can be with having children, especially if it's double. Now, my second guest is a very determined and hardworking woman. She is the first time mom to a beautiful daughter. She aspires to be the best woman that she can possibly be and be the best mother that she can be. She loves to explore life and new possibilities by gaining knowledge of what beauty God has in store for her. She loves to travel and have a good time. She also enjoys listening to music and dancing. She is stronger with her actions than she is with her words. Her name is Miss Shalita Fountain. Welcome to the podcast, Miss Shalita.
Good morning. Hi, how are you doing?
Oh, good. I'm so happy that you are on tonight for the show. I'm so glad that you could be here.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Now, my third guest is a compassionate and devoted woman. She is an expert in the marketing and strategic communications profession, being that she spans nearly 18 years of exemplary performance in the integrated marketing communications field. She is a member of the Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. She is the wife to her husband Demetrius Burks and the mother to the light of her life, a handsome son named Presley. So nice, so enjoyable. She enjoys all things fashion and design. In addition to that, her hobbies include traveling, gardening, and living life adventurously. Her name is Miss Lakodia Burks. Welcome to the podcast, Miss Lakodia.
Hi, good evening, Kaylin. Thank you so much for having me. Glad to be here.
Glad you're on. And
Thank you.
not least, my last guest is a strong and determined woman. She is the mother of 5 children, 2 beautiful young ladies, and 3 handsome gentlemen. She enjoys helping those around her, especially children, because she wants to show her caring heart. She has a nice personality and a selfless soul. Her name is Miss Olivia Thomas. Welcome to the podcast, Miss Olivia.
Kaylin.
Hi.
Happy Mother's Day, ladies.
Happy
Yes.
Mother's Day. Happy
Everyone.
Mother's Day.
I'm so glad that you ladies could be on. I look up to you all a lot because y'all have known me my entire life. Let me say that. So I thank you all for being on with me. These women are just a few examples of amazing mothers and leaders that I know several people know. So with that being said, let's get into the topic. So one thing that I want to ask you all, since it is Mother's Day, what would be the definition of motherhood to you?
Well, I Kaylin, definition of motherhood is unconditional love, sacrifices, and just care and concern and kindness for yourself.
Right, I definitely agree. I mean, from my mom, I can see that she's always there, always showing her love. So that is a great definition for something that's personal and motherhood for you. And what about you, Miss Antoinette? What is your definition of motherhood?
Yeah, I definitely echo that. And I will also just to continue that definition, the ability to nurture and encourage. One of the things that God just gave me as I was getting ready to have the twins was that I have an opportunity to literally take these lives that have no impression and fuel into them all that they'll need for life and to become who God wants them to be. So I think it's that ability to nurture and to really bring out the best in whatever is in them and what God really wants them to be.
That's awesome. That's amazing. And I think that's definitely a very true statement. What about you, Miss Shalita?
Motherhood to me definitely teaches you patience and realize that you do have another child that you care for and another person that you learn a different level of love. So when you think you love God and then you actually have your own child, it's a whole nother experience of love that you grow and you learn each and every day. And that child is a blessing.
That's awesome. I definitely am so glad that I am a child and that my mom had me, because there's so many different things I've learned, so many things that I have been raised to do, and a lot of things and stories that she's taught I actually am seeing now as I'm growing up. So it's pretty cool to see just how everything has evolved. Now, what about you, Miss Lakodia? What is motherhood to you?
Yeah, I agree. Nurturing love is really a love like no other. And I would say for me, being a new mom, motherhood, I would I wouldn't exactly say that you would have to birth a child to be a mother. I think, prior to me becoming a mother, having my own child, I had several godchildren where I've been able to help to raise them, guide them, steer them to be a part of their lives. So I really don't think, you have to be you have to birth a child naturally to be considered a mother. So I
I
would do it from
definitely
that
agree.
perspective, since I am, a brand new mother, about 6 years in the game now. So
That's cool. That's cool. Hi, Miss Talia. Nice to see you on. But I definitely agree. I mean, I know several people who they may not be able to have children, or they have those God placed children in their life. So it's awesome just to see the different forms of motherhood. We all know that motherhood is one of the most powerful words and experiences. You cannot really know how it's going to happen. It's different for every mother, and it's a new journey for everybody else. So just being able to hear motherhood, I mean, of course, I'm a child, not a mother, but just being able to see my mom and the things that she does, and just other people like you all and other people that I know, I definitely know that motherhood takes a lot of sacrifice, whether it's sacrificing your sleep schedule or sacrificing time with friends. You're sacrificing just those precious moments where you probably could be out doing other things. It takes a lot of sacrifice. So I'm wondering, what was the biggest thing, or what has motherhood, for those who are still mothers right now, of course, what has been the biggest thing that motherhood has taught you?
Hmm. Patience. Patience.
Patient.
You have to have patience in order to be a good mother. Because children don't know, but we're teaching them and we're training them. And if you don't have patience with them, they're not going to be able to learn, because you don't keep telling them the same thing over and I mean, you keep telling them the same thing over and over again until they get it. But once you continue to keep telling them, it increases your patience as well as the kids' patience. So I think patience is the number one thing that you have to have when raising a child.
That's a true
yeah.
statement. I mean, yeah. Go ahead.
And
Sorry,
I would
Amy.
say for me is go with the flow. I know prior to this, I have a schedule. I'm a stickler for my schedule. I have this set time to do this, and this. So it has really been a game changer for me, because Presley is my boss right now. He runs the show whenever he's ready to eat. Midnight wake ups, or wanting to stay up to 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm really on his schedule. So it has really just taught me to go with the flow, and not to, be so set with the schedule, to feel like everything has to be so timed and I have to do everything at this set time this way. So I'm gonna go with the flow person.
Right. I can't even imagine how I must have changed my mom's schedule from
Yes,
having
life
to do
changing.
things. So I know you all do a lot of great things. What about anybody else?
I think for
Yeah.
me, you really realize that it's 24 hours in a day, and a child lets you know that there's 24 hours in a day.
That's
So
right.
just like mimicking everybody else, between patience and being on somebody else's schedule, 24 hours seems a lot, but lack of rest and patience and dedication for the child definitely teaches you that, um, I guess patience. I mean, patience is the best word to really put it there, because it's like Lakodia said, 24 hours. Presley wakes her up at 1 o'clock. They want to go to bed 11, 2, 3. Madison is a night owl. She wakes up at 2 a.m. and then she goes to sleep about 6 a.m. wide awake. So there's 24 hours in a day that you realize that you're utilizing.
Right. It's a lot of different schedules for a lot of different people because every mother is different. Every mother has a different story. What about you, Miss Anthony's?
Mo, motherhood has been a teacher. It's definitely been a teacher. One of the main things I think that motherhood has taught me, honestly, is more about God. Because I've had to, in being patient with my children, I've had to see how God has shown me so much grace, and that has helped me so much as a mother. Being able to understand that experience and that process has been really phenomenal for me. And the other part of that is to give myself grace. I think I can't be the type of person to beat myself up about different things. And motherhood has really taught me to give myself grace, to learn that I'm not perfect, but I am perfect. And God has given me everything that I need for my specific children, and I have to trust the process. And motherhood has definitely taught me that.
That's beautiful. I mean, you never know what's going to happen or how you're going through something. I would describe motherhood as basically a new challenge. It's like if I'm taking a test or something, I don't know what the outcome could be. 50% I pass, 50% I fail, but you have to go in with an open mind and just say that, hey, I'm going to have those days where it may not be easy. I'm going to have those days where it actually may be fun and I'm learning new things about my child and myself. It is always different and it always has those different aspects. So I'm glad to hear that it's taught a lot of people just about the same thing. I mean, it depends on your story and how you react, but every child is different. Now I know Miss Antonice, as I mentioned earlier, she has twins. Miss Lakodia and Miss Shalita happen to be first-time moms. Now, Miss Olivia, I know that you happen to be a mother to your own children and others. Would you like to explain that and just go deep into how that whole process has taught you a greater level of motherhood?
Yes. Okay. So I a mom of five. I love what Lakota said about birthing a child does not really matters when you're a mother. I have two older girls, one is 8 and one is 25, and they are my biological children. I also have three little boys, 6-year-old, a 5-year-old, and an 18-month-old. This is my second time around as becoming a mom. I call it my second time around. I adopted the two older boys maybe a year and a half ago. And I also got their brother from the hospital when he was 4 days old. So could you imagine? I was 50 years old and they called me, asked me, do I want this little baby? My heart said yes. I didn't think about the 24 hours that Lakodia talked about or Shalita talked about because I'm like, I still can do this. And I did it. I don't know how I did it. And like Miss Anthony said, it wasn't nothing but the grace of God for giving me mercy and grace because I was an older mom taking on a brand new baby, a brand new 4-day-old, not understanding the sleepless nights again, getting up when he want to get up, the changing in from day to night, and trying to work his schedule on top of being there for my daughter who was attending high school, her senior year of high school. My 25-year-old who was, she going through this and that, so I had to be there for her. Not only that, I had the 6 and the 5-year-old, and I had to be there for them. So I'm juggling from 25-year-old all the way down to a 4-day-old. The reason why I decided to become a foster parent. I was a foster parent first to my two oldest boys, and I chose to become a foster parent because I have the heart to serve, I have the heart to give, and then not only that, I love children. I have been working with children since I was 14, and I wanted to help, I wanted to serve, I wanted to give back. The boys came with some trauma, which I was willing to deal with. I was willing to deal with the trauma at all. At any case, I was willing to deal with it. And so once I made that decision, I put everybody to the side because I chose them. They didn't choose me. I chose to be their mom. I chose to take care of them. I chose to be their safeguard, their security, their stability. I chose all of that from my heart because that's what I wanted to do. And not only that, but thank God because I have a big village. And you can't do it by yourself. I was one where I would not reach out for help. Try to think that I can, do everything and handle everything on my own. But God gave me a big village to help me get through this process as a new older mom. Yes, I won't say older because I'm 51 and I have an 18-month-old. And so, what Lacodia said about it doesn't, matter whether you birth them or not. I'm going to say it doesn't matter how old you are. If you have inside your heart, the nurturing, like that, you still can do it. I just didn't realize that until maybe like a year later. Once I really realized that baby is mine. He depends on me. I have to do what I have to do to take care of him. Top of going, helping with homework, coming home, cooking dinner, and I don't need it a single parent. But with the grace of God, like I said before, He has got me through this process, and I believe and I know that He's going to continue to bless me and to help me raise them to the best of my ability to give them a better life.
That's awesome. I mean, that shows just one example of the selflessness that a lot of mothers have to go through. I mean, sometimes it's not really by biological or by having that person just to be that child that's there. I mean, we're minors. We don't make decisions for ourselves. A lot of times it is that mother or that parent in our life that is allowing us to grow and basically building a forefront and a foundation for us to begin our lives. So being able to hear you all's stories, knowing that everybody's different, everybody goes through something, and you never know how you may get into it, whether it's something that's expected, whether your schedule changes. It's all different types of motherhood, and it's all different types of parenting. Now, when it comes to everybody, because I mean, of course, everybody, some of you all are first time moms, but everybody had that time where it's their first child and it's a little bit rocky at times. What was one of the things that, or the best advice that you received from somebody else when you first became a first time mom?
Wow.
For me, it was, enjoy the experience. Don't be too hard on myself. Don't feel like, I have to be perfect. It's okay, to make a mistake. This is a learning process. This is a journey. So don't ever feel like you have to do everything A, B, C, X, Y, Z based off of, a book someone may have written. So I think everyone's journey and experience will be different. We're all different and we're all unique individuals. So that has been some great advice, just take my time, just let this be a learning, enjoy, and savor every moment of this experience, just not to be hard on myself.
Definitely. I mean, I think that's great advice for life in general as well. I mean, you can't plan out every day because every day you may not know what may happen. You have a new obstacle that may come your way. So facing it head on and just trying to feel your way out is definitely an amazing thing to do. What about you, Miss Shalita?
I definitely like how Lakodia said to enjoy every moment and savor. Um, y- Being a first time mom also lets you realize that every moment is a new chapter. So not only are you writing the chapters for yourself, you're also writing the chapters in development of your child. No matter, just like how Miss Olivia said that they're biological and not biological. I have godchildren as well, just like Lakodia said. So you've had the practice before until, like Miss Olivia said, until you have a newborn. Then you realize you used to be that additional help, that other person's village, to now you're relying on the village. So learning to ask for help and taking people's help makes a big difference because it does take a village to raise a child.
Right. I mean, I know there's a lot of people, a bunch of y'all have been a part of the village. It takes a whole heap of people. I mean, but other people, when you have those people to lean back on, if you ever feeling tired or you ever just need somebody as that backbone, it's good to have those people there. And those people that are their village end up becoming our village because those are the people who've been around our life forever. And so we're just used to talking to them, used to reaching out. So that's amazing. What about you, Miss Antonise?
Um, is my microphone better now? Just can you hear me?
Yeah, it's working.
Okay, good. Sorry for the issues before. It's definitely to give myself grace, to know that I can do this, to know that I am what my children need, what they need, and that even to echo what Lakotia said, that even though everything may not go exactly as I planned, I mean, the whole birth of my children did not go as I planned, and nothing really leading up to it went as I planned. But I think those things, understanding to give yourself grace in the process, not to stick to, well, it has to go this way or it needs to be exactly this way, but to just experience that grace. And when you do that, it just makes the journey so much more beautiful because you're not beating yourself up all the time. You're not, being hard on yourself about what you didn't do exactly how you wanted to, or how this didn't go exactly how you wanted it to. And your children feed off of that. The way that you are and the grace that you're giving yourself, I have found that they pick up on that in their spirits. I mean, it makes a big difference in the journey. So definitely giving myself grace has been one of the best pieces of advice.
Great, great. And I mean, when it comes to giving yourself grace, even in life, I mean, you're never going to know. You're going to have those moments where you make mistakes and you may not always know how you're going to bounce back, but you still have to be able to say, hey, it's okay. I can move on. I can learn from it and I can use it to help me and help somebody else. Now, I want to ask, I know there's so many we talked about how there can be those moments where it's stressful, but what's been the most fun and rewarding thing that you have experienced throughout this whole journey of motherhood?
I think my first reward, even though Madison came extremely, extremely early, she came exactly at 6 months of me being pregnant. I think was the most rewarding was taking her home, realizing that she's made it through 4 months in the incubator and 40% of chance of life that the doctors gave her. My most rewarding was taking her home and realizing that God still gave her life, and just celebrating every day that she's a miracle, she's a blessing, and she's here on this earth with a purpose, with the testimony of her own that she created herself. So every day, realizing and celebrating that she still has life to this day.
Nice.
Well, that's awesome.
Well, I think as far as what's the most rewarding, I'm going to go from the older mom to the new mom, put it that way. With my girls, Bria was my first, and she's 25 now. But just seeing her come out and just looking at me, and me knowing that that's my child, and I have to love her, and she's going to love me just as much as I love her. So it was rewarding just giving life and bringing a human into this world, knowing that she's mine forever. The next set of children that I have, I don't know how else to put it, but the second time me being a mom is when it's two different times. When I first got the two boys, they came in the house and they just looked at me. And when they looked at me, they looking at me like, who are you? What are you doing? So I was like, hey, I'm Mama O. That's what I told them. And they responded back saying, well, hey, Mama O, and giving me all kind of big hugs. And that was rewarding because I was like, I'm a stranger to them, and they don't know me, but they still opened up and gave me love, even though they didn't know me.
Right. Uh-oh, I think she popped out.
Oh, can y'all hear me? Oh,
There you go.
For the baby, I'm fostering him. And so for the first year, I didn't teach him to, call me mama or to say anything, because you really don't know how it's going to turn out. And so I kind of was in a little fearfulness because my heart then already got attached. And, I loved him to death. And I didn't really want to, start having him call me mama, because I didn't really know the way it was going to go. But then one day we was walking and he said, mama. And I didn't teach him that. And I felt as though that was the most rewarding thing, because my heart was like, I may not be your mama. But according to him, that's all he knew. And he called me out and said, mama. And I think that was at the point where I start realizing, well, yes, this is going to be your child. This is going to be your son. So it's okay for him to call you mama. And then after that, it was just, on and on and on. And now it's like, he just say mama. And I just get the biggest smile. It's so rewarding just to hear him say mama.
Oh, that's so beautiful. And I know that has to be very, very happy, because it's like you said, you're not the actual biological mom, but just being present and him seeing that you actually are there for him, it makes him happy and makes him just automatically feel like you are the main, consistent, unconditional love, the mom in his life. That's beautiful. What about you, Miss Lakodia?
Yeah, I would say for me, simply the most rewarding thing is just the gift and the opportunity to be a mom. I know many of you may know, may not know, but I'm older. Look, I just turned 40 a few weeks ago. My husband turned 40 in October, and we're coming up on our 15-year anniversary celebration. And, it has been a long journey for us. So I simply think the most rewarding thing is just my opportunity to be able to, have that experience of birthing my own child and having my own child. So that has been the most rewarding thing thus far.
Yes, bringing new life in
Yes,
the world.
yes.
Being able to have another face, another leader for tomorrow. Miss Kalia says, watch life through the eyes of Ian. Kids are careless, and I love having fun with him without the weight of life. That is a very true, very, very honest statement. And I mean, everybody is my buddy. So I'm so glad that she was able to birth him too. Miss Z says, each of you are strong, beautiful, and phenomenal mothers. And I agree with her, because all of you all have gone through something so amazing, whether it's being able to be a mom to someone who technically isn't your child, whether it's being a first-time mom, going through the complications in the hospital, just being able to go through so much to introduce yourself, to be able to go through motherhood and be able to use this as something for your everyday life. Now, what about you, Miss Antonise?
I'm going to hope and pray that the microphone is no longer breaking up. Is it? Yes, no.
It's pretty good right now. So.
Okay, good. Praise God for that. My most rewarding moment. So one of the things that I always say, and I say it quite a bit, is that the best thing that I could give my children and the biggest gift that I wanted to give them was the gift of Christ. And now they go to a Christian preschool, but being able to hear them reciting verses and saying, Jesus lives in my heart and I want to know him, and praying. And that fills my heart so much. I think up to this point, and I know there will be lots of other rewards, but that has been up to this almost 4-year point, the most rewarding thing, knowing that I'm giving them something that is priceless and something that will live on forever and ever, the opportunity to know him, because that's the greatest gift I've received. That is just phenomenal to me, that it's there. I think the life that they see us live in front of them makes them have that desire. And it is just so exciting to me.
Right. I like what you said about them being able to see your life and being able to see how you live it. I mean, I can definitely say a lot of things that I've seen other female figures go through in my life. They're different stories, they're different advice they've given me. I have taken it and I can see more of it now, because of course when you're younger, it's like, oh, dandy, your parents are doing all the stuff for you. So it's like, yeah, I'm a child. But now getting older in high school and seeing different things when it comes to evolving and having to think about college and certain things that's going on, just seeing all the things you all mentioned, or just my mother or my godmother or just anybody who I've encountered who may have been a mother figure. A lot of it's true. And a lot of the things that you have learned, you're helping us not make those mistakes, or you're allowing us to walk in our purpose, allowing us and supporting us in any way that you can. And so I just think you all are some amazing mothers. You rock. You truly are a gift to your children. I'm looking forward to seeing all of them get older and taller and everything, because I believe they're going to do some amazing things when they get older, since they have these amazing mother role models. Now, before we end everything off, is there anything else you would like to say? Any advice to mothers everywhere, or just anything you would like to say to the audience?
I do, Kaylin. I missed the when you said the advice someone gave you when you became a mother, and I missed that question. I must have logged off or something, but I don't know. But some advice that was given to me was mothering does not come with the book. It does not come with the book. Is you take it day by day and you see what work and you see what don't work and you go from there. So for anyone out there that's listening, my advice would be just take it day by day. Enjoy the child, enjoy everything that you do with your child, because it's a process for you and them to see what works and let it go from there. Another thing I would say is us as mothers, we tend not to look out for ourselves or tend for ourselves because we're constantly taking care of our children. And as a single parent, I like to get away and escape so that I can rejuvenate and I can take care of myself. I know I said this last time before, but self-care is what you need in order for you to continue to be the best mother that you can be. So sometimes take a break, sit down, do some yoga, read a book, listen to some music, take a walk, get yourself back together, back on track so that you continue to be the best mother that you can be.
Yes, self-care, the big word. I don't care if you're a mom, a child, anything. Everybody needs a form of self-care, because if you constantly put everybody else before yourself and leave yourself on the back burner, you're going to start seeing you're lacking in places and wonder why you're upset all the time. It's because you got to relax. So I think that is definitely a great aspect. That's some great advice, Miss Olivia. Anybody else want to go?
I just want to say to all of the moms everywhere, and to Lakodia's point at the beginning of the show, that includes people that have birthed children, people that have not birthed children, but have been a nurturing and motherly figure, motherly role, to be encouraged in what you're doing. I know that motherhood can sometimes be, as people say, a thankless job, but I think the thanks and the praise comes as you see them growing into who they will become and who they will be, to be encouraged in that journey. One of the things that I thought about earlier that I don't think I got to say was that sometimes you can get so caught up in the routine of everything. You know, you have to get this done, you have to get that done, that sometimes you fall out of touch with what's happening in the moment. So I want to encourage everyone also to live in that moment, to enjoy those moments, because as I've seen in this very fast, almost 4 years, time flies so fast. So even for the ones with younger children like Shalita and Lakodia, enjoy every moment of that time, because you will look up and they have grown so much. And when you're into, I got to cook, got to clean, got to do this, got to do that, got to make sure this is in place and all that is in place, got to work, got to take care of husband, all of these things, it's so easy to miss little things that you'll be like, man, how did that happen so fast? And so I want to give that encouragement to all the mothers as well. And if you have a mom, know a mom, are a mom, have anybody, encourage those people. They are doing work that you do not see or know or understand. So make sure that you're in some mother's corner, pushing her on to be the best that she can be for those that she is mothering her own children and those that she's being a blessing to. So those are my parting words. And thank you so much, Kaylin, for having me on tonight.
Of course. And I definitely say y'all are the behind the scenes superheroes, making sure everything is good, always making sure the room is clean, that we're good. You're always there for us. So we thank you all so, so much. Miss Sheila says, awesome job. Thank you. I'm so glad you're watching. I haven't seen you in a minute. Yes, enjoy every moment. Thank you for the great moments, Miss Antoinise. Yes, I thank you all. Now, anybody else want to share anything?
I would just parting words just to what I've learned. It's only been 6 months for me, but just to enjoy your journey and make it your own. And it's so easy to, look at other people and other moms to see what they may have done. But I think Olivia alluded to it, that there is not a manual. So, do what works best for you, extend yourself grace, make it your journey, make it worthwhile, and just don't be so quick to compare yourself. I don't really think, we all may make a mistake here and there, but don't be so hard on yourself and just enjoy and embrace the journey.
Right.
Awesome. Definitely agree. You have to enjoy the journey. You have to enjoy being in the moment. You have to do all those things to make sure that you keep up the good work, that you keep being a consistent mom. What about you, Michelle? You have any more parting words?
I would say for all the mothers, and reiterating all the moms is on here as well, is to remember that you are doing a good job, and to encourage yourself as well. I know it takes a lot of time and dedication to sacrifice for your child, but also to realize no matter what mistakes, you're still doing good, and to say, I'm doing a good job. I'm okay today. I'm blessed. I'm a mom. My child loves me no matter what mistakes I did. Even if I dropped the bottle and wiped it off, or whatever small things, you're still doing a good job. So encourage yourself, and always remember to pat yourself on the back sometimes, because you are still here.
You have to support you. You are your biggest supporter. You have to be there for yourself. Ms. Z says, one thing I can say about each of these mothers, they are mighty women. They love God and their family. And you all do. I've seen that in you all as I've grown up. Miss Kalia says, I love all of these ladies. Their kids are better because the kids are better because of you all. And that is a true statement. I mean, they may not all of them may be able to talk. Not all of them may be able to say it. But I promise you, they are definitely rooting for you. And I may not be a mom, but just some advice from a children's perspective. You all do so much for us. So I definitely agree. Go ahead, get you a vacation, find somebody to watch us, find a babysitter, because if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't have that time to just focus on you instead of focusing on, you may get stressed out. You may have those moments where you just want to break down. And also remember, we're here because of you. We are the person because of you. Your great accomplishments, everything that you do for us is because of everything we've seen. We are very observant. We see a lot of the things you do, even if it's behind closed doors. We see you sometimes when you're sad. We see you when you're happy. We see you doing things for other people, and it motivates us to keep going. So to all the amazing mothers out there, never, ever stop what you're doing. I want to thank you all who are on with me so much. I love you all. I'm so glad you were able to be on with me tonight. And I just look forward to seeing your amazing children, the amazing things you do in the future, and just being able to go throughout this journey of motherhood and conquering it. To everyone who's been watching, I am so glad that you were on. This was an amazing show with great nuggets and tidbits. I'm so thankful that you all took the time out to join us to celebrate the gift of mothers. They are here for us. They are so selfless, and they are such an amazing part of our life. I am so thankful for you all. We thank you all for everything you do for us, and we thank God that you have been placed in our life, whether you are our biological moms, whether you are our God-sent moms. You all are awesome. I want to thank you all for commenting. Thank you, Ms. Z. Thank you, Ms. Kimberly. Thank you, Ms. Kalia. Thank you to everybody who has been viewing and watching and commenting. I love you all so much, and you have no idea how much of a smile that you are putting on my face. I do want to reiterate, please, you all, do not forget that we have the KCK t-shirts coming up. The KCK t-shirts, have been released. They're on the Kaylin's Caring Connection website. And one of them is Caring, that's where my heart resides. That shirt is on there because, like I talked about last Sunday, I'm still an advocate for young caregivers everywhere. We have to stick together. We have to show people that we matter. So those shirts are $23. No, they're $20 for youth and adult sizes small to extra large. If you go past an extra large, it's $23. You can also purchase the KCK Youth Care 2 t-shirts and join the movement for youth caregivers everywhere, because we're going to keep advocating for them. I'm going to keep bringing people on to talk about their stories, because the more we put it out there, the more people will truly raise awareness and allow people to see amazing things that we're doing. Those shirts are $12 for those same sizes I mentioned earlier. And if you go past extra large, it will be $15. But thank you to all who have already purchased a shirt. Thank you for those who have joined the movement. And just thank you for tuning in tonight and showing that you care about the things we're doing. I am so glad that you have enjoyed your Mother's Day. And so I hope you all take this, everything that you've learned, put it into your week. I'll be back on next Sunday if the Lord says the same. Stay inspired, stay motivated, and I hope you have an amazing week. Bye.